Hello, and welcome back to Vodcast number 6. I'm Mad Capsules. I am here to talk to you about me, this guy. Hey! Surprised people are watching this. Thank you. I enjoy making these videos because they're cathartic and I get to just talk shit and people can watch them if you like or not. It's up to you. Anyway, where am I at? Week in review. I have not had a great week. I've been a little bit sick. My entire family's been extremely sick. I've had a son with bronchitis for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And now the wife's got it and she's lost her voice, and it's just been a barrel of fun and laughs. Nobody's sleeping at night because there's just coughs constantly. It's been good times. So I've been tired. Not as tired as my wife and children, of course, because they're sleeping much, much worse than I am. But I have been tired. And on top of that, of course, there's this bloody shoulder problem that I've got. So that's ongoing. Anyway, as a result, with, everyone being sick and tired and my shoulder not being in its best state, I've missed a few days of yoga and meditation as well. And not only that, I have been struggling to get up at 6 a.m. So where in the past I was able to get up at 6 a.m, absolutely no problems, and I was really enjoying it. Ever since the switch over for daylight savings, I just haven't been able to get the hang of it. I'm doing my best. Maybe I need to just get up half an hour earlier at the moment, switch it back to 6:30, get used to that, and then push it back to 6 o'clock. Maybe by pushing it back that whole hour, it's a little bit too much for me and my body's struggling to get used to it. But I'm waking up with headaches. Even if I go to bed earlier, it's still not working for me. So I've just got to figure that part of my life out and get things back on track. I am meditating during the day instead, but I have been missing the yoga just due to, I'm a bit worried about damaging my shoulder. So I have seen a physio several times now, and we're going through some exercises that are making it feel better. But then I went shopping, and who's the stupid idiot that tripped over on the concrete out in the car park? This stupid idiot right here. And I hurt my shoulder again. So that was fun. Anyway, so what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about physiotherapy. So I'm going to talk about physio, and it's a weird topic, I know. After all the topics I've been talking about, realistically, this is a weekly thing that I'm doing, and I'm just going to talk about whatever the hell pops into my head. And this week, physiotherapy pops into my head. And I like it, I want to talk about it because it is a weird topic and it is a bit different. And physiotherapy itself is not quite what you think it is. So, physiotherapy is a kind of occupational therapy. It's a kind of therapy that is there to help release pain and tension and issues where either surgery is best avoided or where surgery is not needed, for example. So other of these kinds of therapies are myotherapy, which is muscular therapy, chiropractors, of course, which are bone and joint therapy, and physio is kind of a mix between the two. So it's both muscular and skeletal and a couple of other things. And I've tried them all. Myotherapy is quite interesting. It's painful, but it really works. Chiro works, but at the detriment of having to go back every damn week and pay $100 every time you go. Physio can be a little bit the same, but I find that physio will generally, rather than try and make you keep coming back forever, which they can do as well, they'll generally just fix you up and send you on your way. Depends on what the injury is. You may need to actually build up muscle strength and all that kind of stuff, and that's a different story if you actually have an injury. But if you're going there because you've put your back out or you've got a sore neck or whatever, they can fix you up and send you on your way. One session, away you go. But the reason I find it so strange is because it's almost magical. All they do sometimes is they touch you or they press on a muscle or a tendon or whatever, and they do it in such a way that the tension in the muscle just releases. And the pain you had is gone. It comes back, don't get me wrong. There is an underlying reason that's causing the muscles to lock up like they do. But the way that the physio has been explaining what I've done to my shoulder and how to fix it It's not that it seems like magic to me, it just demonstrated to me that I didn't really understand how complex the human body is, and how everything ties into everything else. So even as simple as my lats, my muscles in my back have been struggling with my shoulder. So I was laying down on the bed, and she pressed into them, and it was agony. And all she did was use her thumb and press into this one spot, and it was absolute agony, like someone was jamming a knife in my back. But she just told me to take a few deep breaths, and as I released my breath, I felt the tension go. And she basically said that the breath is tied into the nervous system, and all she's doing is basically pressing a button, and by breathing, that is the process that's required to aid the release of tension. And it was clear to me that that's what was actually happening. I had a lot of tension in my neck. I couldn't turn my neck to the side, and all she did was press down in one spot for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I just kept breathing, and she'd move her thumb a little bit here and there every once in a while. By the end of the session, my neck was fine. It's not fine again now. That's because some idiot tripped over in a car park. But yeah, it just goes to show that the human body is far more complex than I had originally thought, and it also made me start to think about all the shit that I'm putting into my body and how that may interact with the complexity of the human body. And that's where physio ties into the discussion today and all the previous discussions that I've had, because I've been talking about, meditation, yoga, those kind of things, and how they can help with my mental and physical health. But now, just with the physio piece, I'm starting to understand how that can all tie together, and it's really kind of eye-opening. Another thing that the physio showed me was, basically she took a look at me, and this kind of blew my mind. She had a look at my back, and she looked at the way I was standing and doing a few things, and she said to me, "You don't like to sit down very often, do you?" And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "If you go out and everyone's sitting down, you're going to be sitting down for a long time. You're the type of person that prefers to stand up." And I said, "Yeah, I am. If I go to a doctor waiting room, I'll usually go stand in the corner because I pretty much prefer to stand up." And she said, "Yeah, it's the way your back is." And she says, "We can fix all of that. We can get you back into normal." And then she started getting me to do some balance exercises, and I started doing them, and my balance was all over the place. And you can laugh at me as much as you like, but I then did this weird little exercise where all I did was lay on my stomach and lift my leg and do a couple of little things. And then she got me to do it again, and my balance was perfectly fine. And basically what she said to me was that by doing that funny little thing with my leg, I was sending signals to my nervous system that were changing signals back to my brain. She didn't explain exactly how it works, but she said, "What I'm getting you to do with this exercise is resetting your nervous system to fix the balance between the strength in different sides of your body." And I was like, "Okay, you're the physio person." But it worked, and that's what kind of blew my mind. It's weird shit. It's actual science. It's everyday stuff. It's not necessarily everyday stuff, but it's reality. It's not spiritual. It's not tied to anything woo-woo. And it just made me think, damn, now I want to be a physio. No. I'll keep writing. I'll keep making these videos. I'll keep doing my own thing. I'll keep being a salesman day by day. Buy my stuff. But it really made me think about how complex the world can be, and I just wanted to talk about that. So I did now, and my wife and kids have been making banging noises in the background. I apologise for that, but there's absolutely nothing I can do. Promise. Maybe there is. But anyway, that's it for this week. I just wanted to talk about physiotherapy, of all weird and wonderful things. And I've done that now, so I will let you go and let you get back to your regular schedule of life. And hopefully that has made you think about some weird and wonderful different things, and we'll see where my brain's going next week. Peace. Stay beautiful. Be good. Love ya. All that stuff.